Good morning. Today we are going to go over three postures, three of the basic standing postures that revolve around open hip and closed hip and how they can relate to one another. We're going to go through Utthita, Trikonasana, which means extended triangle pose. We will then move into Parsvottanasana, which is a sideways extension, a forward bending over the front leg with the legs wide. And then Parivrtta Trikonasana, which is a reversed triangle pose. So we're starting out with just some basic little warm-ups. We're getting into just moving the hips around, moving the arms around. As we start, we will begin to come into what's known as kind of like the roadmap for Trikonasana. We have the certain way of setting the feet, which is we have the feet facing forward, about 3.5 feet apart. We're going to pivot the left foot forward into 90 degrees, and the back foot will roll in to about 60 degrees. This 30 degrees rotation allows that back hip to roll in, so there's an internal rotation of both thighs. The internal rotation allows us to forward bend. So from this rotation of the pelvis, inner thighs are rolling in and back, and then we can scoop the tailbone under to give a balance into the pelvis. The arms are going to raise up shoulder height, palms facing down, and we're going to shift so the right hip is going to go back and the left armpit is going to reach forward towards the front foot. Good. And we're going to continue to explore this as she continues to come forward, either placing the hand onto a block, which is a nice way to play. And these postures, these three standing postures, are known as even prep poses. You can use them to explore. We can use them to warm up the body. And as you see, the hips are open. Good. She can take her right arm under her left lower ribs and pull that rib cage forward. And then from the rib cage twisting, the arm will extend up towards the sky. So what happens in this triangle pose is that we want to move towards the center line. So the belly can come back, this hip rolls in, and all of this channels up into the chest. So the revolving of the thigh rolling in and the belly rolling up allows the body to come in a nice midline and all the way up into the head. Excellent. So from there, she's going to roll this right hip forward. And she's in her variation of Parsvottanasana. We'll step in with the back right foot. The toes will turn more forward. The toes will turn more forward to about 60 degrees. The feet vary to where they're hips width distance apart. And as you can see, she has a nice long spine. Good. And as she takes a deep breath in, she will explore taking the chest down towards the knees, both lengthening through the side body, and both heads, she's got her hands onto the block, but they can also come down to the floor. Opening up the hip. So this is the roadmap for the body and the posture. And then how do we, she's beautiful here, but I'm just going to show you how the hips stay even. The spine gets longer, the head starts to release. The knees are a little bit soft and buoyant, and she presses down into the feet. Beautiful. We're going to take this pose and now revolve it into Parivrtta Trikonasana. So she's already down there, pretty nice. She's going to come up just a little bit into a flat back, take a block to either side of her foot. So in the beginning, we need to place the right hand to the inside of the left foot. And then once again, she's going to start to twist from the rib cage, from the upper belly, and everything coming to this central plane. Beautiful. This right hip can stay lifted just a little bit. Beautiful. And more energy comes back into this back leg, softening the knee. Good. So the heel and all the way down into the foot. I'm going to grab a belt, place it around her hips, and just help her guide her hips around. So I'm checking out her pelvis. Sit bones can lift up. Chest move down, beautiful, and she continues to find this circular action. Elbow can come forward, and then from there, she raises the arm up towards the sky. Softening the front knee just a little bit, the back knee so she feels more solid on the feet, and keep extending in the spine. Excellent. Deep breath in, and exhale to come out. And then come all the way up to standing. And we will switch sides. Good. So she comes back to parallel feet. Good. So there's an inner and external rotation going on with the legs, the internal thighs. So she's going to pivot the right foot forward. That rolls the head of that femur bone out. The back left hip rolls in. Tailbone tucks down and under. And the navel slightly lifts up. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in to bring those arms up, and then exhaling to feel how the hips are going to shift back. This is something my teacher taught me a long time ago, of how right here from the hip crease to move back, lengthening through this side body longer in order to get that hand just to drop underneath the shoulder. Excellent. Softening the knees. So the hips will move a little bit more and feeling that energy move down into the feet. The hips can move, and then she's going to take her left hand onto her right ribs, rolling it around, good. And then the arm extends up because we have this revolving, this moving action, this undulation here at the navel. Shoulder blades moving towards the midline, and it circulates the spine all the way up into the crown of her head. Wow. Now she's going to take a breath in and exhale. Closed hip posture, moving the hips forward. She's going to step in on that back foot. Keeping the hips nice and steady here, balanced. Softening the knees just enough. They're just a little bit buoyant to feel the energy move down into the feet. The hips will move. Her spine is nice and long. The block's going to come to the inside of that right foot. Oh, sorry. Parsvottanasana. So she's forward bending, continuing to lengthen. Feet stayed anchored, using the breath. Spine releases, gets nice and long. Feet are steady. Energy is moving back into the back leg. So from this inner thigh, pulling back. Yes. Keeping this right hip back as well. Yes. Excellent. And then we're going to revolve that posture. So block to the inside of her right foot. Left hand can come onto the inside of the block. And then once again, she's going to twist to her right, using from this upper rib cage. Excellent. Hips stay steady. becomes a spinal twist. And you can see there's no pinching back here of her rhomboids between the shoulder blades. Nice broad back. And then the strap, if you have somebody with a tie or a strap, they can help show you a little bit of how to manipulate the hips. Beautiful. This hip drops down. Yes, this hip up. Good. She's going to bring this right shoulder blade in. Yeah, she's going to move more towards the midline. And as she continues to twist, then maybe this left arm will move to the outside of that foot. Maybe, maybe not. We'll give it a try. But this is something that you can explore. Beautiful. I'm going to help her to raise, bring awareness into this left hip. There you go. Excellent, excellent. And breathe. Inhale and the exhale. Nice. And you can even see by her shirt that nice revolved posture of the spine. Excellent. These are prep poses. They're open and closed hip poses. They're ones to explore and open up the chest and shoulders and the hips.